where little Johnny is supposed to get his inheritance, and he's not going to get it until he's 21, and he's going to get it the third Tuesday of February every year and at this
Okay.
amount, and it can't be changed, and it's going to hit this
Right.
wallet and this account, right? Like, so you get into these really intricate things where, and my greatest frustration, again, you will not talk to anyone in the world who loves crypto more than me. I promise you, I'll give you 2 lifetimes. But my biggest frustration is that there's so much money thrown at, again, like digital monkeys, where we could be solving those problems as some of, the 401k rollover taking 6 weeks. Like, that shouldn't be a thing, right? We could spend a lot of these money solving a lot of the issues in the current financial system. But again, we're early. It's going to take time to evolve. But again, what you're saying as well, that is such a powerful thing for creators. Imagine, a world where the next Taylor Swift 20 years from now, 30 years from now is now using NFTs and, blockchain to be able to interact more faster, cheaply with their fans. And I was with Taylor Swift when she recorded her first album or when she played my local library, right? So I was there early.
Yeah.
I ride that success with her, and I get all these different benefits and everything, and I can show, right? I have the provenance to show. I was there first. I was fan 3 of 20 that came to the library and heard her screw up this one song, right? So it gets really powerful when you look at it that way.
It does, and it also, you start securitizing some very interesting things there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is like you didn't have a security, and now you do.
Mhm.
Right? I want to be the third badge to see Taylor
Yeah,
Swift.
absolutely.
Some commodity created.
Yep.
It does. The possibility of economic change is big here, and I think personally that's why Bitcoin has price points that it has. Is not necessarily you're buying something today, but you're kind of okay. Well, in the future, what could this do?
Right.
And to me this is an entire this cryptocurrency thus far has been a pretty big exercise in what can happen.
Yep.
As far as valuations go. And then when you do see markets shake in crypto, I think a lot of that is, oh my gosh, like, is there a regulatory pause? It's like the fear, the risk, of uncertainty. But I'd like to bring up a big issue that I've gotten when I've talked about crypto to groups, and you hear on corporate stages, and that's just a very simple sentence: Bitcoin is for baddies. Right? Is that Bitcoin allows nefarious activity to occur, unrelated, unregistered, and therefore it becomes risky, or there's something disingenuous about it. How do you respond to Bitcoin is for baddies? Because I know that I've had that come at me on multiple times when I'm talking.
So the persnickety answer is, what's more used for nefarious things than the almighty dollar, right? That's just the quick response back, right? The dollar. The internet is used for nefarious purposes. Anything that is used for good, man will try to make evil. Chainalysis just released a report. The data shows that 0.34% of all the transactions on the blockchains have been used for nefarious activity. Now, based on the amount of money that's transferred through blockchains, it's a pretty big number. I think it's like, I want to say like 28 billion or something like that. 28 billion too much. But again, it's highly auditable. We can kind of trace these things down. That's part of it. When I get asked that, I say this: that is 100% a fact, right? I reference what I said before, right? The dollar is used. Banks pay fines all the time for money laundering. Is why we have KYC, AML. What needs to happen, though, again, if you look at a lot of the use of the internet in the first 15 years that it was around, wasn't a lot of good things going on then, but regulation, things evolved, more companies were built on top. You can find some things on Twitter right now that aren't necessarily FinTwit, right? Very easy, right? Sure. You can find some things on YouTube, and YouTube has to say, hey, they ask you, is this children friendly? Like, we have to, it's a teenager, right? Teenagers they do a lot of good things, but they do some things too. You may catch them in the backyard smoking a little something they shouldn't be smoking. Hey, can't do that, right? You have potential. You shouldn't do that.